everybody, welcome to the 𝐂𝐴𝐷𝐿. I'm Jessica. Today's video is going to be 8 things I wish I had known when I first started homeschooling. We have been homeschooling for 8 years, so I thought it would be fun to share 8 things that I wish I had known when we first started. Obviously, I did not know anything about homeschooling. Kevin and I were both from the public school or traditional school setting. We did not set out on a homeschool journey. So we kind of went into this blind, if you will. So there are a lot of things I wish I had known, but these would be the top 8. The first one is that it is not school at home. Just because you are home schooling or home educating does not mean that you are going to be doing school at home, which I obviously did not know, or I could have saved myself a lot of time and headache because I literally tried to recreate school at home when we first started. I am sitting in our homeschool room right now. This room looked exactly like a preschool daycare. Like I could have brought 10 other kids and I could have 100% accommodated them. I had the little tables and the primary color chairs and I had the calendar time set up, and not that there's anything wrong with that because I loved it. It was cute. Was it practical? No. Was it a lot of money spent that I didn't need to spend? Absolutely. We could have had the same experience with a lot less. Like I did not need that. I didn't need the rigid schedule and I didn't need to recreate school at home. But that was all I knew. And I feel like we kind of all have progressions that we go through when we are homeschooling. And that was where I started. Number 2 is that you don't need a homeschool room. And I know I just told you I'm sitting in one and I created this amazing preschool one. So it's really easy for me to say that. But here's the thing. We've had a homeschool room the entire time. And in the 8 years that we've had one, and it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, I love it. Well, actually right now it's kind of a mess, but we have probably actually only homeschooled in this room, I don't know, maybe 50 times over the course of 8 years. We do school at the dining room table, in the kitchen, on the couch, in the bed, in the car, in the pool. It is very, very rare that we actually do homeschool lessons in our homeschool room. It is a great place to store all of our homeschool stuff. It's also a great place for like really messy projects because our carpet down here is older than it is in the rest of the house. Other than that, we kind of school everywhere. So you don't need a homeschool room. And even if you have a room, it doesn't have to be picture perfect like you see on social media. Like having a beautiful homeschool room does not make our homeschool any more effective as not having one at all. Number 3 is to embrace flexibility. When we first started homeschooling, I didn't know any different. So I was like, okay, we need to homeschool from whatever day, school goes in session to whatever day it gets out. So August to May. And we need to take spring break and Christmas break because that's all I knew. Like we need to be working for 6 hours a day. I didn't know that things didn't need to look like that. And I wish I had known that sooner. And I wish I had embraced flexibility from the beginning because now I'm like, we're going to school year round. We're going to take off whenever we want to take off. Spring break, no way. Things are packed and too expensive. Summer, probably not. Can we go in the middle of February, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? Yes, it's not going to be as busy. It's probably more affordable. There's going to be a whole lot less kids there. Like sign me up. That's when I want to be there. So I wish I had embraced flexibility, not only with like our schedule, but also with just kind of the way like the day went. Because when we first started, I had a plan and my plan needed to be followed. And now I'm like, I have an idea of what I want us to get done in the day, week, month, or even year, but it can be whatever it can be. Like if Emily's in the mood to do math today and she knocks out 4 math lessons, great. She can have the rest of the week off. Like, I'm not like, oh no, you can't do that. That's scheduled for tomorrow. Or, no, you have to do math tomorrow, even though you did 4 today. Like, if it all gets done, I don't really care when it gets done or how it gets done. But that is definitely not how I felt in the beginning. Number 4, speaking of math, there is not a perfect curriculum. It doesn't exist. So you can save yourself a lot of time and money and effort and just stop looking for it now. It's not out there, especially not when it comes to math, but not when it comes to any subject. I cannot tell you the amount of time and money and effort that I have put into trying to find, for us, it's math, the perfect math curriculum. It doesn't exist. Have there been some that have been better fits than others? Yes. Have there been some that work for her better than others? Yes. Is there a magical, perfect one out there? Nope, it's a myth. It doesn't exist. We still have to tweak things. We still have to do different things. Even my curriculum that I create for the masses, we don't do exactly how it's written because I write it for the masses, and so does every other curriculum company out there. And not everything works for everybody. So we tweak it, right? We do more of this because that's what she likes and less of this because that's not what she likes. And we make it work for us. And I think knowing that going in would have made things so much easier because I was like, no, it's in the curriculum. We have to do it. There's 180 lessons. We need to do all 180 of them. But I remember even in the traditional public school days when we would close our math books and there'd be 30 lessons left that we didn't get to. And then the next year, we would review a lot of what we had learned the year previously. So, I don't know why in my brain I felt like I needed to do all of it and we had to do all of the things. We couldn't skip. If there was 100 addition problems, we needed to do all 100 of them. You know what? If they've got it after 80, it's okay. You can move on. You don't need to do them all. There's not a perfect curriculum and you can make it work for you. Number 5 is that homeschool doesn't have to be expensive. Can it be expensive? Yeah, absolutely. But it doesn't have to be. I originally thought we couldn't afford to homeschool. I mean, preschool was easy, but as she got into kindergarten and first grade, I was like, we can't afford this. I can't afford, this $2,000 box set of curriculum that has everything with it, which to be honest, wouldn't have worked for our homeschool anyway. But I didn't know that then. I just thought this is really expensive. But the thing is, it's not. There are so many resources with free curriculum or a low-cost curriculum, or heck, you can just do it with a library card. You don't need all of this amazing stuff. Is it nice to have some things? Are there things that can cost more than others? Absolutely. But there's so many places where you can save money. I mean, I send out a monthly email to all of my subscribers that has book list and game list and free printables each and every month. That is a way that you can do themed and holiday units at zero cost to you. There are so many other resources just like that. Easy Peasy Homeschool is an entire curriculum that costs nothing. Absolutely nothing. Pair that with a library card and you could technically homeschool for free. Number 6 is that every day is a day of learning, no matter what. Even if I feel like we've done nothing, or it feels like we didn't do enough, or it feels like we didn't even do school, we still did. When we first started homeschooling, I was like, unless we've done our math and our language arts and we've done this and we've done this, then it wasn't a successful school day, or it wasn't a school day at all. But here's the thing that I've learned after 8 years. We can watch a show that doesn't even feel educational. I'm not even talking about a documentary, you guys. In fact, here lately, we've been watching the 𝐂𝐸𝐴 series on Amazon Prime, which is not an educational, it's not a documentary, it's not anything. But he talks about the way that he goes about thinking of these things that he creates. And we had this huge long rabbit trail about one after watching it. It was 8 o'clock at night. Our school day was over. I could have totally counted that hour that we spent watching that show and then going down a rabbit trail as an entire school day, even if we had done nothing else, because we still learned. On the weekends, you go to the zoo for fun. It's a Saturday. That still counts. It's still learning. It was still a school day. You can bake in the kitchen for Christmas because you're baking cookies for the neighbors and you can call it a school day. You don't have to just have done curriculum or worksheets for it to count. Every day is a learning day, even if it doesn't feel like you did quote unquote school. Number 7 is that your confidence is going to grow. I was so unsure about myself, about my choices, about her education, about everything in the beginning. And I kept thinking, I'm doing this all wrong. I'm not cut out for this. Here's the thing. Your confidence grows and you become more and more sure of what you're doing most of the time. Like with each year, like you just get better at it. Or maybe you just get more confident in not caring as much. Like I very much remember the first 3 or 4 years questioning every decision I made, questioning every step I took, feeling very, very insecure at every turn. That doesn't happen as often anymore. Does it still happen? Yeah, we all have our days. But your confidence is going to grow the longer that you do it. You're going to feel more and more capable the longer that you do it. And while you'll still have like down days when you're feeling like you're not doing enough or you're failing your kid, you're not, and you're going to know that. Like typically I have a down day and, hormones are affected or I'm hangry or whatever. It's not because I'm actually failing her. I feel like I'm actually failing her. The moments of feeling like a failure or not enough or not being confident in my decision dwindle with each passing year. Like the more experience you have, the less insecure that you are. So if you're feeling like I am not cut out for this, just give it time because you're going to become more and more confident every year and you will eventually feel experienced and not like, you made all of the wrong decisions. And number 8 is that it is the absolute best. And I wish I had knew that I should just relax and enjoy the journey. Like, homeschooling is so amazing. And I spent so many of the moments of it in those first few years worrying about the perfect curriculum or the social media beautiful homeschool room, or was I failing her and not feeling confident enough that I feel like I didn't enjoy as much of like the preschool years because I was so worried about making sure she could write her ABCs and I wasn't soaking up the, drawing in the shaving cream or in the salt or the sand or experiencing learning things through her eyes for the first time. Like I wish I could go back and do it all over again, knowing that it was the best. We were going to end up on the other side of whatever the homeschool problem was of the week. That she was going to be able to write her ABCs eventually and I didn't need to push as hard. And I wish I could have just relaxed and enjoy it because it really is an amazing journey. And they're going to learn everything that there is to learn, that they need to learn, that you're teaching them. Like even though sounding out words right now makes you want to pull your hair out, or writing letters makes you want to pull your hair out, or fractions or long division, whatever it is, they're going to get there eventually. And you should just like relax and enjoy it and soak it up because it's going to go by so much faster than you think. Like I literally, it feels like just yesterday that we were doing the whole preschool thing and now we're staring down the barrel at high school. Like it goes by in the blink of an eye. So soak it up, enjoy it, embrace it. It is an amazing journey. And I wish I had known that. Now I would love to hear from you. What is something that you wish you had known when you first started homeschooling? Let me know down in the comments.